Hello friends, in the last lecture we have studied the block diagram of digital control system, and main components of digital control systems are ADC and sample and hold circuit. So that time we have seen selection of sampling rate is very important. So to understand that, we will today study the basic importance of sampling. Sampling is in the mathematical term, then introduction to Z transform, which you have already studied in second year. When and digital signal, when you convert into again continuous time signal reconstruction, then zero order hold circuit is required. And then for correct sampling theorem, correct instant of sampling theorem you have to understand, and then understand if the sampling frequency is not correct, what is happening phenomena, that is aliasing and folding you have to study. So sampling process is equivalent to multiplying the signal xt, that is continuous time signal, with train of unit impulses. In other words, the sampler may be considered as modulator with input xt as the modulating signal and the train of input impulses as carrier. So the output signal is a sampled signal. X star t is equal to yt equal to xt multiplied by dt. It is shown in the diagram afterwards. Mathematically, delta t is summation of the signals at different instant, k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, delta t minus kt. K is the instant. So this is what the diagram shows. That is xt into delta t. Xt is the analog signal and delta t is the impulses, unit impulses. At the sampling instant t, they don't have any width. Number train of impulses. They are multiplied, and here is the output is the sample signal. So this is the input signal, this is the impulse signal, and this will be the output signal that we have explained. So here the length of the arrow indicates the amplitude of the signal. So this will be the considered as the carrier signal, and this is considered as the modulating signal, and this is the output we have seen. This is the frequency spectrum, but this we will be discussing in the next part. So the equation is x star t is summation, means each signal xt multiplied by each impulse delta t minus kt from k equal to minus infinity to infinity. So this also can be written as xkt delta t minus kt. Or generally we have the signals at starting from t is equal to 0, and therefore we will consider x star t is k equal to 0 to infinity, summation of all the impulse signal or pulse signal. So this is a pulsed output or sampled output. Sampled output at the instant k equal to 0 to infinity, summation of all the pulse signals. The length of each arrow in the plot of the sample signal indicates the strength of the sample value xkt. Now this is a pulse signal. Now this is in the time domain. When you are considering in a continuous time signal, if you have to understand in the frequency domain, what you do is you convert the xt to xs, that is a Laplace of xt continuous time signal to frequency domain signal. But to understand this pulse signal in the frequency domain, we use Z transform. So what is Z transform? Z transform is a mathematical tool used for analysis and synthesis of discrete time signal. Okay, so this is what x star t, and Laplace of x star t is x star s, that is a Laplace. So what is the definition of Laplace transform? It is applied to x star t. So xt multiplied by delta t, that is the signal, into e raised to minus st into dt, that is the Laplace definition, integration 0 to infinity. And then we have applied this summation, all x star t is applied, put it into this equation, it is coming like this equation. So this can be written like this, x, because here the Laplace of delta t is 1. So here this xkt, this becomes xkt and this becomes e raised to minus skt summation. So this is my x star s, that is a Laplace transform of pulse signal in the s domain. Now this x star s contain e raised to minus skt. Now s is a complex variable and therefore this function becomes irrational. So to convert into rational function, we use a transformation from complex variable s to another complex variable z. So this is what important. What is, we have defined z is equal to e raised to at. This is the transformation. So transformation z equal to e raised to st, or s is equal to 1 by t is log ln z. The z transform is Laplace transform of pulse signal. So x star s is equal to xz equal to z transform by sk, pulse signal. And from the earlier equation, this, if we put e raised to st is equal to z, then this becomes xk z raised to minus k. So z transform. Now the properties of z transform and other things we will discuss in some another lecture. So z transform you have to revise to understand the digital control system, important, because other things we have to apply the stability analysis as we have done in the linear control system. We also have to do in this also. Therefore, we have to revise your knowledge of Z transform, but it is next time. Now we have considered the mathematical equation of pulse signal in the time domain and in the frequency domain, that is x star s. Now this signal again we have to reconstruct into the continuous time domain, because this was earlier output is, this output is a pulsed output. We have to convert into the, again multiplication is the pulsed output, we have to again convert into the time output, continuous time output, that is signal reconstruction. So sample data signal which has been modified by a digital controller must be converted into analog form for use in the continuous part of the system. This, how it is done? This is accomplished by means of hold circuits. The simplest hold circuit is zero order hold. Yes, last time we have seen what is a sample and hold circuit, in which the reconstructed signal acquires the same value as the last received sample for the entire sampling period. Signal reconstruction should be proper, otherwise the information will be lost. So how it will be the output of the zero order hold? So here we can see, suppose at the instant 0 it is output is 0, at the instant up till the next sample come, this output is hold 1. Next, at instant 1 the output is suppose 0.5. So the 0.5 value is hold till the next sample comes, that is at instant 2. So this is a zero order hold. So within 2 consecutive sampling instant the value remains the same. So you can see here each pulse is appearing and at the each instant the sample is taken out, and this is what the signal is. This is a reconstructed, or we can say halted signal. Now you can see some delay in this output waveform. It is not the exact like a continuous time signal. So we have to understand this by using a mathematical equation, because in a control system mathematical equations are very important, and unless you understand mathematics is basically a rule. So without the rule we cannot operate the proper system. So therefore mathematical equation is very important. So this is what is written. This is the output of the zero order hold is written in this form, because it is a sampled plus small t. This small t is the sample between first 0 instant to 1 instant, kt plus t. So xkt from 0 to t. T is very small. Between 0 to t, suppose this is 0 and this is t, in between there is a small that is xkt, between k equal to 0, 1, 2, like that. So it is considered as impulse ut and ut minus t. So these are impulse addition. Therefore it is written as u is a unit step function, ut minus t. Is it clear? Here sudden change is considered. So ut and ut minus t, before the sampling instant and after the sampling instant. It is considered as before the sampling instant, after the sampling instant. So ut and ut minus t, like that. Ut and ut minus t. Summation of all. The summation is the original value, difference between this. Similarly xt, difference between these two, like that. Summation of all the signals, t minus t, t minus 2t, like that, each and every instant. If you consider summation, it is k equal to 0 to infinity xkt ut minus kt minus ut minus k plus 1t. Now this is my hold output, sampled hold output, summation of all the sampling signal. This is like this, each and every signal summation. This is equation of this ray type waveform. So Laplace transform of this signal, Laplace transform of u is a step signal with the shifted signal is e raised to minus st by s. It is delayed signal, so e raised to minus st by s. So we consider Laplace transform of this signal is written as hs is equal to xkt, this is xkt, and ut minus kt. So ut is e raised to minus skt upon s, and u k plus 1 t is e minus e raised to minus k plus 1 ts. So this is the transfer function of zero order hold, transfer function of zero order hold. So I take e raised to this, I take common e raised to minus kts, I take common, and this is written xkt e raised to minus kts, or this particular thing, this is a x star, that is a sample signal, correct? This is a sample signal, and this thing is considered as zero order hold signal. What is the significance of this? There is some integrator and there is some delayed signal. This is the equation of zero order hold, transfer function of zero order hold. And here I have mentioned this is this mathematical equation is shown in the model like this. The figure shows mathematical model of sample and hold circuit. The combination. Now here xt sampled at the instant t with the impulse signal, we get x star s, and there is a zero order hold, and then this output will be reconstructed output hs. So this hs is xs into ghos. That is what you are shown is this is this. This is the mathematical modeling equation. Combination, actually x star s physically is not observed, but it can be seen complete model like this. model sampling and reconstruction in a physical system is available. After this, we understand what should be the correct sampling frequency, and that can be seen by sampling theorem. There is this, but just now we cannot see this. So sampling theorem, very important. Why sampling you must have used nowadays? Work the you must have a digital recording of the music or image processing or camera. We must have a proper digital recording. In that case, what is the megapixel camera? Your image will be very good, or if you have a recording correctly, then only your audio will be nice. So that will be understood mainly by sampling theorem, that is known as Nyquist sampling theorem or Shannon sampling. Nyquist is the scientist who has stated this theorem in such a way that a continuous time signal can be represented in its samples and can be recovered back when sampling frequency omega s is greater than or equal to the twice the highest frequency component of message signal. What is meaning? Sampling frequency should be greater than twice the signal frequency. Suppose your signal is 100 Hz. Now sampling frequency should be 200 Hz. Greater than 200 Hz. That is the meaning of this saying. We will understand this further by waveforms. Okay, so this we'll understand. If the sampling frequency is less than twice the input frequency, the output frequency will be different from the input, which is known as aliasing. The output frequency is called alias frequency and the period is referred to as alias. You may have wondered what is this aliasing. So it is, what is the meaning of alias? Alias is a false name. It is an effect that makes different signal indistinguishable when sampled. It also refers to the difference between a signal reconstructed from samples and the original continuous signal when resolution is too low. What happens? This signal, whatever I am talking or whatever your photo, it has certain different frequency component. It may be having number of frequency component. So to capture all the frequency, I am taking the sample of this frequency signal. To capture all the variations of the image or all the variations of the sound, then I should have sampled should be at a higher frequency so that all the variations are captured. If the frequency is less, then you will observe different, and we will see this from the examples. So what is the effect of aliasing? Means you are sampling at the lower than the actual frequency, less than the truth. So wagon wheel effect. What is the wagon wheel effect? Suppose in a movie, you must have observed that the car is running and car wheels are moving in the opposite directions. Or sometimes bullock cart is moving in the forward direction and wheels are moving in the backward direction. Why this effect? This effect is known as wagon wheel. What happens? The picture frames are at a lower speed than the actual speed of the car. And then from the spokes of the wheel, we observe that wheel is observed in the opposite direction of the travel. This is what? This is alias, because correct frequency is not catch and therefore wrong signal is observed. Or in the digital recording of music, if audio signal component present in the sound is not correctly sampled, it will create humming audio. Suppose it is a music, and in the music you have a number of frequency band. So if you frequency band you are not sampled in the digital recording, if you are doing a digital recording, your music recording quality will not be correct. This another example I will explain about electrical, that is the load curve. In a day of 24 hours, we are noting down the readings per hour, suppose readings of current and voltage, whatever may be. For every 1 hour we are noting down. But actual reading are not recorded, because suppose overload may occur at any instant. Suppose at 9 o'clock I have taken the reading, and after I am going to take the reading at 10 o'clock. So, but overload appeared at 9:10, then it will be missed, and therefore it is not correct. So you have to sample the readings correct instant, or sampling should be more. So you can understand aliasing depends on the sampling rate and the frequency content of the signal. Very important. Sampling theorem is very important for understanding digital control system. Aliasing effect is here again shown in this particular, that this is the signal which has to be captured, and the signal is captured. This is sampling signal. So sampling, here it is sampled once, here it is sampled once. So only 4 samples are taken. You can see the frequency is more here and the sampling frequency is less. So what we can see actually when I am reconstructing, I will see this, which is a low frequency. So this is alias signal or false signal is observed. Or in image processing, this is the image I have to process and I have not a number of pixels correctly. I will see this omega in this fashion. Blurred image I will see. So have you understood what is the effect of aliasing? Aliasing means low frequency will be seen, actual frequency is not seen, correct instant is not observed. Number of samples should be more, then only you will get the clear image or clear picture or clear music or whatever may be. So what is that? Nyquist aliasing should avoid aliasing. Frequency should be, sampling frequency should be double than the frequency, highest frequency component present into the system. Now one more effect is observed, that is folding effect. What is folding? If earlier aliasing is observed when frequency is less than the signal frequency, sampling frequency is less than the signal frequency. Folding is observed when sampling frequency is not correct. The overlapping of the high frequency components with the fundamental component in the frequency term is referred as folding. And the frequency Ws, sampling frequency by 2, is often known as folding frequency. The frequency Ws by 2 is called Nyquist frequency. This will be understood from the waveform afterwards. The low sampling rate, folding means high frequency is folded inside. Actually correct, not seen. A low sampling rate normally has an adverse effect on the closed loop stability. Thus often we might have to select a sampling rate much higher than the theoretical minimum. That will be seen when we are doing a stability analysis, then you will understand this very clearly. Here is the graph frequency spectrum, that you will understand. So this is the frequency spectrum, minus omega m to plus omega m. And this is the amplitude of the signal. So this is the frequency spectrum of the sampled signal. Now here when the sampling frequency is double the sampling frequency, double the signal frequency. So here this is the sampling frequency, this is the signal frequency, so sampling frequency is more. Now what happens, here there is this is a low pass filter, and you can see the frequency band, double frequency band is observed and correctly observed in this. But if frequency is less than the sampling frequency is very less, means suppose 100 kilohertz is the frequency and I am sampling at 10 kilohertz or very less than that, then you will see the folding effect. So what is happening here? This is the sampling frequency. This is the actual frequency band is this. So this will be actually WS by 2. So there is a folding effect. See here. Overlapping of the high frequency. This component cannot be seen clearly. So here is the folding happens. Actually this frequency component is up to this much, but this cannot be observed and the folding frequency is observed. So these two important effects must be knowing when the sampling theorem. Sampling frequency should be greater than twice the frequency component. And this is the mathematical equation from the Fourier transform. It is written in the frequency domain. Substitute S is equal to j omega, and here it is shown x j omega plus this, and this is the frequency spectrum we shown. So this is in between omega plus omega s, omega minus omega, so it is omega s by 2 in between. So this sample frequency signal is period with 2 pi by omega s. This is what is shown. So practically situation, what should be the ideal sampling rate? It is mentioned in a certificate depending on how will you select the sampling time. The process it depends on process dynamics, which type of process you are observing in the closed loop control system, type of algorithm for control circuit, and control requirements, characteristics of input and noise signals all interact to set the maximum usable value of sampling period. In general, the process variables, how they are varying, because they don't have number of frequency components. Flow variable, you can have sampling at every 1 or 2 seconds or 1 to 3 seconds. For pressure, you can have sampling time 1 to 5 seconds. For flow, you have 5 to 10 seconds. For temperature, because temperature is a slowly varying signal, it cannot change continuously or fast. It is a first order system, so you can have sampling time more, 10 to 20 seconds. More sampling time means less frequency, and less sampling time means high frequency. Fast acting electromechanical systems require very shorter sampling interval of the order of milliseconds. Now you may see number of things, they are digital signal processing, in which if you don't collect the proper samples, then your system will not work properly. Therefore, number of samples required more, then more samples, lower time sampling rate, milliseconds. A rule of thumb says that select a sampling period that is shorter than any of the time constant in the continuous time plan to be controlled digitally. Time constant of the system decide the frequency of the system, and time sampling period should be less, means higher frequency than that. Is that clear? What, suppose you are writing down 1 upon s plus 1 upon s plus 2. So what is the time constant? Is the 0.5 or frequency is 2. Time constant is 0.5, means your sampling period should be less than 0.5. Sampling interval equal to 1/10 of the smallest time constant or the inverse of the largest real pole has been recommended. So I'll just summarize. We have summarized the mathematical equation of sampling in sampled waveform, mathematical equation of zero order hold in time domain and frequency domain, transfer function of zero order hold, then sampling theorem, and then effect of aliasing and folding in the digital control system. In the next lecture, we will see the stability analysis of digital system in the Z plane. Thank you.